Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a Lucky. You want to come up here? Oh, there we go.
And it's cold.
Yeah, a lucky episode of This Is Our Life. It is cold. That's one of the things I want to talk about. I'm going to talk about 2, 3, 4, 5 things. I don't know how many. Let's see it. Oh my gosh, Lucky, you being scratchy yourself?
Again? Oh, we got that stopped.
Anyway, um, so it may have been the harness rubbing because he had it off. I mean, you know how he gets it. Oh, there you go, Lucky. Anyway,
Help.
people,
I need some help.
okay, well, I have to do this. I got this started. Just put it down.
Here, what? Wait.
Okay, people,
Hey,
the first thing I want to talk about is,
my sister in that bag, too.
okay, the weather. It's cold out there, people.
Stop the drinking out of the toilet.
Oh, I don't know what the temperature is right now. I didn't look it up because we just got home, and I'm not going to go look it up.
We got toilet paper.
Yeah.
We're down
But,
like 2 rolls. Hey, wait a minute.
Some places it's been like minus 14. We were minus 7 the other day, or last night maybe. And now personally, I like the cold because I spent 99% of my life where it was either hot or warm.
This is kind of scary.
What, the cold?
Well, I mean, it's so hard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Look, okay, I'll admit I wasn't wrapped up the way, I know I should wrap up for this kind of weather. But I'm not going to get into everything, but we had something extremely important we had to do this morning or this afternoon, and I don't think either one of us got enough sleep, and I get all grumpy and grouchy. So when you're out there that cold, look, I like it, okay, but one thing I like about it is being able to wrap up, and I didn't exactly do that. My wife was better wrapped up than I was. It's good to have a scarf because that'll help keep the heat down in where your torso is. Because remember that your torso is the largest body mass that you have to deal with. Wear a hat. Like I have a green knit cap. And see, the ears right here, this part of the ears, they're going to get really cold really fast. The fingers, going to get really cold really fast. And like I said, if you wear a scarf, it helps keep a lot of the heat down in your coat, in your jacket. You want to wear multiple layers of clothes, and if possible, no cotton. If possible, wool. 100% if possible. I know your shirts are probably not going to be made out of wool, but
Cashmere.
or cashmere,
You can find that. That's softer.
A sweater, something like over your shirt. Wear like a sweater, and something that's like a pullover will help retain the heat better because it doesn't have that split down the front where heat can escape. Now these boots that I'm wearing are not waterproof, and it doesn't take long when there's snow out there for the boots to start getting wet, and then they become uncomfortable, and oh well. And I have cotton socks on. I don't.
You insist on wearing them.
But I insist on wearing them. Yes. Now, if I wore wool socks, I would probably be okay. I probably wouldn't even notice the moisture as much. But your fingers are not as well insulated. Your hand isn't going to get cold as fast as your fingers are. The same with the ears here; they're going to get cold fast.
That's why mittens are better for you than gloves.
Yeah, mittens are better than gloves. When you put a knit cap on, make sure it covers at least part of the ear. That'll help keep that from.
Try to find one that's part wool.
Yeah, try to find one that's part wool.
It gets hot, but.
Now the coat that I wear is actually good for our winters. It's thick. It's not too heavy, but it's like a heavyweight or heavyish weight. It's a camo. It's a hunting coat. no, I've never hunted, but if you know what hits the fan, that's going to be good to have because it'll camouflage me to some degree. But
You had to hunt the cat down underneath the car.
yeah,
Ew.
John takes off. It's right under the car.
There we go.
Yeah, and so
Get out of there.
wear layers. The more layers, the better. And like I have jeans on. They don't do a whole lot. That cold goes right through them because they're cotton. They're made of cotton. And they don't.
It's better than being in shorts.
That's true. It's better than being in shorts. They don't do a whole lot. If you can get.
If you run around in shorts, I'm going to call it nut. The inside asylum
Yeah.
will come get you.
If you can get insulated pants or ski
Long
pants,
underwear.
excellent. Long underwear would be great. And remember, layer after layer after layer. The more layers, the better, I would say. And when it's minus something, like Vermont was like minus 14, and that's southern Vermont. I don't know what northern Vermont's like. What about northern Maine? What about in the mountains in Maine?
Lucky.
That's going to be even colder because you're at a higher altitude. Now, we have the mountain effect for us because Mount Monadnock is right over here. And, I mean, you see it.
It's
actually,
right behind us.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually a very pretty mountain. And we've only tried to climb it once, and we didn't get very far.
Well,
but we started very late.
Ready for it either.
And so John's hunting a fake mouse, and
yeah,
he'll get it, and then he'll give it to my wife as a gift, or he'll give it to me as a gift, and which is nice. I mean, that tells us.
It's funny the way he does because it looks like he's dancing because he's on his hind legs.
Yeah, because that's saying he's like family.
And you're like, oh yeah, here's a gift to you.
Yeah. So I could probably make this video better if I was not half asleep, but
tired.
Yeah, but I think this is an important issue, and for those who are preppers or survivalists or whatever you want to call yourselves, I don't really, I mean,
Lucky.
I don't use a particular term because I think it's important. I mean, I've lived through hurricanes, never really tornadoes. I mean, I've been in the somewhat general vicinity of tornadoes. I've been through typhoons.
Well,
I know the importance of having a medical kit, food, water, dry clothing, clean clothing. And so if you want to call me a prepper, go ahead and do it. If you don't, then don't do it. I don't care. And, the weather up here is different from anything I've ever really lived with because, southern Spain is not exactly cold. South Texas, where I lived in Texas for 40 years, and it's not exactly cold. Okinawa for 5 years, again, not exactly cold. Although when you get wet, even if it's warm or hot outside and you get wet and you have something like cotton on, yeah, especially if there's a breeze. And Okinawa is not very big, so you get a breeze coming off that ocean. And you really do feel the effect, really fast. So,
what's Okinawa, like the size of a postage stamp or something?
The widest point is 5 miles.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, widest point is 5 miles. Narrowest is 1 mile, and it's 61 miles length to tip to tip.
Goodness, Piggy. Oh, he barfed on the.
Oh.
A piglet.
Well, he was probably gulping his food because
I know.
Anyway.
We know how he is.
So.
Here, honey, here's your Pepsi.
Wrap up.
Here's your Pepsi.
the more layers, like you can put like a thinner underlayer, like a thinner mitt. What are they? Polar Tech. There you go. Silk. The silk doesn't breathe, so it'll help hold in the heat, but it'll also hold in the moisture.
Sweat.
Yeah. So
it'll
hold in the heat. Yeah. And so you could put like a Polar Tech or silk or something under a thin layer under there, and then put like maybe a medium weight over that, and then a heavier weight over that. And again, like my wife was saying, mittens are better than gloves, because gloves still expose your fingers, and those get cold really fast.
Separate your fingers.
Yeah.
They don't share each other's heat.
Yeah. And a hat, a good, maybe even more than one hat. A scarf. Another thing a scarf is good for is to cover the face.
Hold up over your face.
Yeah. So, you know, you keep the heat in your coat.
Or what's been kind of in fashion now for the women, a cowl, you know, like keep your neck warm.
And yeah, keep the neck warm, and you can cover your face, which is good, especially when it's minus something.
Yeah.
You know, now thankfully we don't have much in the way of winds up here, or wind.
But when we do, oh boy.
Yeah, when we do, we do. Because, you know, it's mountainous and densely forested, so the forest breaks up the breeze. Now maybe at the top of the trees there may be a breeze that you could feel, but we don't live on top of trees. And we don't live on top of Mount Monadnock, which probably has quite a bit of a wind going over it, because it's a bald mountain. And tree line stops before you get to the top. So anyway, that's something I wanted. It's very important, especially if you actually have to be out in this stuff. Like, you know, we're going in and out of the car, in and out of buildings. So, you know, we're warming up, we're rewarming, if you will. So we're doing okay. But, you know, if you actually have to walk down the street for any length, you need to cover. I mean, I saw people out there today. I'm like, I'm sorry, but you're not going to survive very long dressed like that. Although 99% of the people dressed right, and those who didn't, you know, they probably live or were going somewhere close by. So that was something I wanted to talk about. Another thing I want to talk about, John, you're getting yourself caught there. Oh, John was getting himself caught in the handle of the bag. Route 12. Today, not much issue with mass holes, thankfully. But the potholes.
Oh God.
You know, I probably look like a drunk man out there on the road, swerving, trying to miss these things. Because some of them are deep. Some of them are several inches deep. I'm talking 3, 4, 5, 6 inches deep. You know, I'm not just talking about a little bump in the road. You know, and like I lived outside of Houston for what, 11 years, and you know, the roads in Houston, you know, because of the rain in that part of Texas, you know, and then the hurricanes and everything, you know, it'll wash the water will wash out some of the road. But up here there are two particular stretches of road, both on Route 12. One is near Swansea, and it's going in both directions, but the worst part is driving northbound on Route 12 near Swansea. You have to swerve, and you will mess your car up. Yeah, you will mess your car up if you're not careful with some of those potholes. The other place is right as you come out of Keene, both northbound and southbound.
John.
If you're northbound, it's as you're going into Keene. If you're southbound, it's as you're leaving Keene. What is that, 101? That crosses right there?
Yeah.
101 and Route 12. Right as you go across 101 going south, just before you get to 101 going north. Potholes, potholes, potholes.
It's like a wreck.
Yeah, it's really bad, and you know,
Bumpty, 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 bump.
Yeah, I mean, I'm swerving, you know, and I'm trying not to get too far into the oncoming lane, and you know, but sometimes there's traffic coming. I can't do that.
The guy behind you probably thinks you're drunk, but
Yeah, because I mean, I'm really going all over the place trying to avoid these things. Because one, we just had to get 2 new tires.
Yeah, okay? That wasn't fun.
No, and one of the tires was kaput. The other one, it wasn't holding much air. I mean, it would
We
hold it
made
for
it to the place, and that was
yeah,
about it.
it would hold it for a little while, but it lost air
Giving up.
slower. The other tire was gone. We had to use the the spare, in order to get the keen to get the two tires changed.
That was a kind of a nightmare.
Yeah, and and part of the reason is probably because of those potholes. You can only do so much to avoid those things. Plus, here you have something they call frost heaves.
Oh.
And the other day I went for a drive while they were plowing the driveway, and oh my gosh. I mean, you're hitting these things, boom, 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 and sometimes you can't see them because the road is all the same color and
Dark.
yeah, and you don't. You notice it as you roll over it, and it's a boom.
Yeah, like thump bump.
Yeah, and you know that's not good for the tires or the car.
Like, oh crap.
So you have to really be careful out there, folks. And there was a tree limb, or not a tree limb, but a whole tree that's down, probably because of the weather. And thankfully not in the road,
In my chair.
but it's on the southbound side of the road, just outside our town, I think. Maybe in our town. But it's off.
Can't see it.
Oh, I'll show it to you next time. It's
fell over.
Yeah, I mean, it fell over probably because of the ice and the snow and
died.
Yeah, so
Kaput.
The thing is, up here you have to be careful about stuff like that falling in the road, or you're driving down the road, there something already is in the road. You have to watch for huge chunks of ice falling in the road. We have a cliff just as you leave town.
If a chunk of it fell on your car, you'd be history.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking several feet thick.
You're dead.
And if like my wife said, if it fell on you, you're dead. If it falls in the middle of the road and you hit it, you're probably going to be dead because you're going to have a major accident. It's going to be worse than hitting a moose.
You're in a big old block of ice, man.
So, just
not as bad as a moose.
Yeah. So
it's not alive.
Yeah. So just be careful, people, please. And I don't know what to do about these potholes. I mean, there's probably no point in fixing them until springtime.
Well, they patch them.
Yeah.
To try to make it a little better.
Yeah, I mean, they could, when it warms up.
They did at one point that by Marco Polo had that whole patched up, but yeah, that lasts about a week maybe if they were lucky.
Yeah, because I mean, we have that Route 12 has
people drive on it a lot and pop it right out. And
Route 12 has traffic from Massachusetts, from New Cary, from Vermont. Yeah, you have a lot of college kids going and coming, especially on the weekends. They're going to be going places.
The heathen ones.
Yeah, even in the winter, they're I was a college kid once too. I mean, yes, I went to college. Yes, I have an education. Yes, I'm a redneck.
So what?
Yeah. So.
Better than a blue neck. You're not breathing.
Yeah. So anyway, people. So please be careful out there. The only other thing I want to say something for our daughter. I haven't said any. I haven't made a video for her in a while, but we care about you. We're sorry, so sorry you went through that the other day, and that Daryl.
Oh, the guy.
Yeah. I'm so sorry about that.
I told have an imprint from my wool socks.
Oh. Yeah. I'm about to get really pissy with my wife's doctor.
Yeah, I about was already to smack him.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to do that, but,
I will.
This is my wife.
Like, look, idiot.
You take care of her. That's your job. You're her doctor. You take care of her. And if you're not going to take care of her...
I'm going to go to somebody else.
Yeah. So...
I'm not going to let you kill me.
It's not like he's the only doctor there. He's not the only oncologist there. There are, what, 3 or 4 of them.
At least 3 that I know of. Total. I mean, 3 that I know of.
Yeah, and
We're counting him.
I mean, I'm not going to go into.
What he said pissed me off.
Yeah, what he said was like, that was.
Callous.
Yeah, very.
Indifferent. Like, fuck you.
So.
I said to him, you know, like, asshole. We're not changing your treatment. It's like, yes, you are. If it's necessary, you would. Damn right you will. I'll get a lawyer and sue your frickin' ass.
So,
you're gonna take care of me the way you should, you prick.
Yeah.
So there's a doctor. I don't care if I have to drive 2 hours to get to him. He'll treat me a hell of a lot better than you will.
Yeah, the doctor up in Lebanon. I like him.
He went to Yale, I think, or Harvard, one of the two.
And
which?
you know, and I was talking to him, you know, because I used to work in human resources at the Health Science Center in San Antonio, and he's like, oh wow, you know, they do like great stuff down there, which I didn't know. But then I'm not, you know.
This one seems like he's very stuck in a stodgy, you
know. Yeah, snotty kind of.
Stuck in his way.
Yeah. You know. But anyway.
Like, hey, don't give me no attitude, prick.
Something else I got when I went to the mailbox today. It was stuffed. I barely got the stuff out.
You really got the key in the door.
Yeah, there was I forget.
I hate that when it barely turns.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute, help.
There was a cheaper than dirt catalog in there, and they had.
The date today, the 25th.
23rd.
Okay, just had to.
They had a couple of 9mm that might be good for my wife, and the shotgun they had that I like is too expensive. Well, they have more than one that I like, but this one has a pistol grip, but you can put a butt onto it, you know. I don't know if I really like that idea, though. I'm afraid it might break, because, you know, it's a shotgun, people. It's a 12-gauge shotgun.
That's a kick a lot.
Yeah. And even just...
bust a damn thing.
Yeah, that's what I would be afraid of, because...
Isn't it kind of plastic?
Yeah, because you can take the butt down off, and you just have the pistol grip. And I don't know about that.
Wood, you're not going to bust that unless you beat the hell out of somebody with it.
And the reason I would like us to have a 12-gauge shotgun is for home defense, primarily home defense, because shot is less likely to penetrate walls. So if, you know, somebody is...
The buckshot's going to hurt like hell when they're digging it out.
Yeah.
You're going to go, God damn, fucking...
And you could still kill somebody with it, you know, but...
Oh, yeah.
But you know, if somebody's standing there and I'm standing here, or my wife is standing here, and they shoot the person, it's less likely to penetrate that wall right there into our neighbor's apartment.
Oh well.
But
we're not worried about them either.
But they also had a couple of 9mm that I mean, I'm really tired, people, so I don't remember everything. But
I brought the catalog in.
Oh, okay, thank you. But then they also have ammo that's cheap enough. Actually, I don't know if it was cheaper than dirt. They had, for the 40, they had 100 rounds of ammo for the same price as 50 rounds. So I'm like, I mean, like $5 more or something. I'm like, huh.
That's the one I was looking at, their catalog. I don't know the prices. Oh yeah. My.
Oh gosh.
$4.52. Well, I eat sugar, you know. I've had 2 of those little cupcakes and bread and breaded chicken and
potatoes,
French fries. Starch, and more starch.
Yeah, I found
carbohydrates.
The cord to go to the charger for these on Amazon.
I thought you bought one at Walmart.
It didn't
work.
No. But it'll work for other things. So, and I'm tired of, you know, just buying stuff, you know. So, and then eventually we could get pouches so we could, you know, carry on our gear. We still haven't gotten my wife a. I don't know what to get my wife. Should she wear an LBV? Should she use something else? I don't think Alice gear is really suited to her. I mean, Alice gear, you know, it's old-fashioned stuff, and it's kind of, you don't have the versatility with Alice gear that you have with the new stuff. And
you kind of have to be part pack mule to wear it.
Yeah, you know, and I'll admit, I carry on my Alice kit, I carry more ammo than I carry, like double the ammo. But
I'm surprised you don't clink and clank like a like a Tin Man, you know. They'll hear you coming if you do that.
Yeah. But
clink, clank, clink, clank.
See, what I was thinking with the pouch that I found, I'm gonna order a first aid pouch, first aid / compass pouch, which you can put like right here on the shoulder strap or the harness. The
Really?
Suspenders, the suspenders. And I was thinking, actually, because I can only hear out of one ear, I'd probably have to wear this on this side, and I'd wear the first aid / compass pouch on my right side, and get a pouch for my wife. But she and I need to work on her using this because she doesn't quite have it down.
Most of the time it ain't working, damn it.
So, and it has a place on the top for earphones, and
I'm gonna buy me a bullhorn too, along with it.
So you can put and they have, you know, like mic kits that you can put on your, like, in front of you, over to the side of your mouth, over your ear, and my hair. And yes, it's clean, but gosh. Anyway, so those are the things. Yeah, it has. That's true. So stay warm, stay safe. If you're going to drive on Route 12, be very careful.
Watch out for the potholes.
Yeah, those potholes and the mass holes. Yep. And
what kind of holes you gonna watch for?
So thankfully today there weren't many mass holes, if any. At least.
Well, I think it was. Most of them were heading out of town already.
Yeah. So anyway, have a good night. Bye bye.